Good morning, guys, and welcome back to SB Racing. Today we are back with the guys from Mature Racing Club. Find us on Facebook, and this is the Mrc Gt3 World Series. This is round 3 at Trial Mountain, and this is a 60-minute endurance race. So the guys have been out and qualified, and I will talk you through the grid in a minute, but I do just want to say a big thank you to Dave at Infinity Graphics for the new logo banner, and he has also done me a swanky intro video. Once I work out how to incorporate that into this live stream, so you'll start to see it, guys. But yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you to him, as he has updated this channel a lot, just with the banners and the logos and stuff. And yeah, just thank you, mate. It's brilliant. So this is a 60-minute race. The hards and the mediums must be used. Yeah, let's talk you through the grid. So we have got Dixon in pole position. Hirakram takes second. Midnight in the Beetle takes third. Jace, first of the pugs, in fourth. Mocking in fifth, repping the new SB logo, so thank you, Mocking. Fubuki sixth. Fat Pickles also rocking the new SB logo, thank you, mate. In seventh. In eighth is Brucey, and you might be wondering, why is he not in a Mustang? Brucey has taken a points deduction and he's changed his car, and he is now in the Mercedes, so he must have been struggling with that Mustang and has taken the hit. Chuck in another pug then. The Crow. Staffy. And in last place is Bowman. So without further ado then, guys, we shall get these guys underway for 60 minutes of Trial Mountain. And we are racing in Trial Mountain then. So is everybody going to get through this first corner safely? It looks like everybody will do then. So let's go back to the leaders then. Oh, so Midnight has had an issue and he's got himself back going then. But it is still Dixon then who leads. JRC has made up a few places and is now in second. Hirakram's dropped down to third, but Hirakram is on the hard tyre, so expect to see him lose a few more positions. Mocking on the medium is right on his tail, as is Fubuki and Brucey. So these guys are having a good battle. So Hirakram just moves over then, and Fubuki and Mocking get past. I think Hirakram realised he wasn't going to keep pace with them on these hard tyres. Brucey also on the hards has had a good start. The Crow, he's on mediums, as is Bowman. Fat Pickles is on the hards, as is Chuck. Staffy's on the mediums, and Midnight is on the hards then. So interesting to see what people are doing. Some have opted for the mediums, some have opted for the hards to get them over and done with. But it's still Dixon out in front then. Jason is hunting him down. Oh, and as I say that, picks up a half a second penalty. So Be kicking himself with that one, I'm sure. And this will allow Mocking and Fubuki and possibly Hirakram to maybe catch up with Jace once he serves that penalty. The Crow is chasing down Brucey. Bowman's trying to stick to the back of the Crow by the looks of things. And Fat Pickles and Chuck have managed to keep Staffy behind. I'm sure Staffy will want to get past these guys as soon as possible. And Staffy also running the SB logo on the top windshield banner, so thank you, Staffy. I'm going to take you back to the leaders then. So it is still Dixon that leads. He seems to be putting a little bit of time into Jace now. So the one thing about this penalty line on this track is it's right down the straight. So half a second is more like 3 or 4 seconds. So will Mocking and Fubuki get past Jace? So Jace has served the penalty. Mocking will now close right up to the back of him. Will he look to get a move done? Hirakram is just trying to stay onto the back of these guys on the hard tyres. And there's a bit of a gap between him and the Crow, so... Oh, but Bowman is right on the back of the Crow then, so these two guys are having a good little battle here for 6th and 7th. And Brucey is also just behind Bowman. He's doing very well on these hard tyres at the moment. They were definitely a couple of seconds slower in the Peugeot, so compared to the medium, so I'm sure it would be the same in most cars. Dixon still leads then on the medium tyre, and he has put in a couple of seconds between him and Jason now, so Jace has got some catching up to do. He's also got to worry about Mocking, who is also right on his tail, as is Fubuki. So Hirakram's just starting to fade away a little bit now from these guys. He's quite clearly on a different strategy. Will he one-stop it, or will he pit soon to just get rid of these hard tyres? We shall soon find out. The Crow and Bowman then. There's about a second in it between these two. They're both on the medium tyres. And by the looks of things, both running pretty similar pace as well, 52, so be interesting to see what goes on with them two guys. And Brucey still desperately trying to hang on to the back of these guys in front on the hard tyres. When will Brucey come in and get rid of these hard tyres? The same with Chuck. Staffy has managed to get past Fat Pickles, but he's still got Chuck on the hard tyre in front, which I'm sure is doing him in this Corvette no favours whatsoever. But Chuck's putting the car where he needs to and keeping Staffy at bay, so good driving from Chuck on these hard tyres. And Midnight and Fat Pickles are not far behind, so will Staffy get a move done here then? Is he looking for a switcheroo? No, he just stays behind. It's going to be difficult on the outside there. But now these two are fighting, Midnight and Fat Pickles will start to catch these guys up. So let's go back with the leaders then. So it is still Dixon that leads then. Jace is just coming out the final corner then, so he's got a good couple of seconds on these guys behind now. But this Toyota starting to eat its tyres already. Jace's are in a lot better condition, as is Mocking's and Fubuki. So Dixon seems to be pushing these tyres more than these guys behind. As it stands, Mrc on the hards then, even he's got a fair bit, I say a fair bit, he's got a bit of tyre wear on the front right already on the hards, so Bowman then is not still hanging on to the back of the Crow. Brucey has just started to drop off these guys a little bit now on the harder tyre. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him come in soon, as well as Chuck, get off these tyres. Staffy still looking to get a move done on Chuck, so Chuck's going to go defensive. Staffy stays in the slip. Oh, so will Staffy get it done here? Oh, a little bit of touch, but no harm, no foul. So Staffy does get it done then. So it's a brilliant move from Staffy. Used the slipstream and sent it down the inside, and he manages to clear Chuck. And now he could maybe start running some faster laps on these medium tyres and try and catch up with Brucey in front. So Fat Pickles then is catching, as is Midnight. So we'll come back to these guys in a minute and see. Here we go. So Jason must have picked up another penalty then, as Mocking and Fubuki get past, and Jace will just slot in behind then. So 2 penalties, and it's cost him 2 positions so far. Yeah, so here a Crab has dropped off now then. The Crow and Bowman can still see him then. How long will he stay out on them hard tyres for? I would have expected to have already seen people come in, but so far no one is yet to pit. Will Midnight be the first to pit? I know he was changing his tyres as the race was started, and I don't think he wanted to be on the hards to start with, and also the spin I'm sure did not help the cause either. So he's got some work to do, but he's already caught, as I say, he's had another big moment, but he keeps it on the tarmac and he gets it going again. So Dixon then really is pushing this Toyota. Jace is still held onto the back of these guys then. Doesn't want to lose the toe, that's for sure. And the Crow and Bowman still having a good little ding-dong here for 6th and 7th. So let's stay on board with Bowman. See if he's going to try and make a move anywhere. There's not too many places you can make a move on this track, in all fairness, but I don't think he's close enough on this occasion to be looking into the first sector anyway. So he did go a few tenths quicker on that last lap than the Crow. So Brucey has stayed out for another lap on the hards then. Staffy now with some clean air, putting some laps in. There's a 53.1 last lap, so he's finding his rhythm. Chuck has just started to drop off, but fair play to Chuck. 53's on the hard tyre, as is Fat Pickles. So these two guys now going to start to have a little battle here. Let's stay on board with Fat Pickles. Does he look for a move down into the hard braking zone at the end of this straight? No. There we go then, up alongside. Will he get it done before they even reach the braking zone? He will, so easy enough for Fat Pickles then. Routine move in the slipstream and had got it done before they even needed to start getting on the brakes, so a good move there. But it looks like Chuck wants it back. Will he look to make a move into this corner? No, I doubt it. What about down into the chicane? Oh no, okay, so Chuck pits then. So Chuck is the first to pit and get off these hard tyres. So, excuse me, so Dixon then still leads. And Mockin is trying to catch him up. Is consistently in the 51s, so it seems like the Toyota is the car of it's the OP car for this track. So for Buki then, yeah, a mixture of 51 and 52s. Right, Jace, yeah, I mean, yeah, same again really, so evenly matched. Jace is all over the back of Fubuki, but has picked up another half a second penalty. I think this is the third one in 8 laps, so he could have been another second and a half up the road without the penalties. Hirakram then still on these hard tyres, doing 52s, which is what the Crow and Bowman are doing on the medium tyres, so he's got some pace in that Mustang, that's for sure. As these two guys then just in their own little battle really, been together most of the race. So will Brucey come in this time? Or will he stay out? So Brucey stays out then for another lap. Fat Pickles is in then. And as is Midnight, so Chuck, Midnight and Fat Pickles have all pitted to get themselves off this hard tyre and come in for a set of mediums. I can't see anybody putting another set of hards back on. Like I said, from the practice I done during the week, they seemed a couple of seconds slower than the mediums, so most people will want to get off them pretty quick, I'm sure. Dixon still leads. Now Fubuki has got past Mockin, so can Fubuki leave Mockin and try and catch Dixon? And yeah, that half-second penalty for Jason has just made him drop off from them two guys in front. I'm sure he'd be kicking himself in that car. So Bowman then using the slipstream. Will he make a move? He thinks better of it and stays behind. He's closed right up through the exit of the corner though. So stay on board with Bowman then. Does he look to make a move? No, just stays behind for the moment then. Probably be down into the chicane after this left-hander if he's going to try and make the move anywhere. Don't think he's going to be close enough on this occasion. Well, how's his exit through here? Will he be able to get it done down the straight? I think they both get a similar exit. It doesn't look like he's in the slipstream enough to catch him, I don't think, so Bowman will just stay behind, I'm sure. a pretty tricky sector, this first sector, very easy to get it wrong. Don't set the car up, it can end in tears. So Brucey then, still on these hard tyres, he's fighting with this Mercedes. I can't see him staying out on these for much longer. Staffy is now breathing down his neck then, so after getting past Chuck, he's put some serious time into Brucey. Could he get him down this straight? Let's stay on board with Staffy and see if he can get the move done. So he's well in the slipstream here. Does he have a look? So Staffy, does he get it stopped? He does get it stopped there. So Staffy, it's another good move. There's 2 moves he's made into that corner. So yeah, so Midnight did come back out on the mediums then, as did Fat Pickles, and so did Truck. So these guys then must be 2 stopping, because there is no way the mediums are going to last you 40 minutes, that is for sure. So Dixon then caught that front right tyre, now is looking dead. So he's probably only got another couple of laps in these tyres before he has to pit. There is the red tyre rule, which states that once your tyre is red, you have to pit at the end of the next lap. If you don't, you will get penalised for it. So it'll be interesting to see when Dixon comes in. Does he come in at the end of this lap, or does he give it another lap? Well, he's done a 51.9 last lap, so he's not losing too much time with the tyres being like they are. For Buki then, tyre wear's much better, so he could definitely go a few more laps, as could Mocking. And Jace has caught right up to the back of Mocking then. Hero Cram's just been on his own really since the start of the race, just running laps, trying to be consistent and sticking to the strategy he's on. The Crow's still trying to catch, as is Bowman. I think Hero Cram's just got enough to keep himself in front of these guys in this Mustang. So now Staffy is on the charge, he can see the guys in front, I'm sure he'll be wanting to catch up with them. So Brucey then calls it a day on the hards and comes in. I'm sure he'll be switching to a set of mediums. We'll go back to Brucey. Not watch his pit crew just stand there. So Chuck does get past Brucey then, so the undercut worked for Chuck. Does Fat Pickles get past? He does, and so does Midnight. So Brucey is taking fuel as well then, so Brucey drops down to 12th, and he does come out on the mediums then, so time to get his foot down and chase these guys in front, I'm sure. Dixon still leads, but that front right tyre is battered. So let's stay on board with Dixon then. Does he decide to come in this lap, or does he stay out? What was his last lap? A 52.5. So no, he stays out then. So Dixon's going to do another lap. Fabuki will be as well, Mocking will be, and so will Jason. So the front runners stay out. We're 22 minutes in now, so I'm expecting to see these front runners come in at some point, depending on what strategy. By the looks of it, I think Heracram's going to try and one-stop this, so I wouldn't expect to see Heracram come in until the half-hour mark. Will he be able to get that Mustang to last half hour on the medium? So the Crow on the medium still, as is Bowman. Pretty similar tyre wear for these two guys. Pretty similar lap times too. Oh, so Bowman has dropped off then. So something's happened to Bowman somewhere, and he's now a couple of seconds back behind. So I'm sure Bowman will be kicking himself at that. They were pretty evenly matched, and I'm sure he'd have liked to have stayed on the back of the Crow's bumper and pitted with him and whatever, but he's now got some work to do. And Staffy, I'm sure, will be pushing to catch him up. You can see him now. So Chuck on the mediums, just getting them warmed up, I'm sure. Midnight then shows you the difference between the hard and the medium tyre. If you look at lap 4, 5 and 5 for Midnight, 53s, and then the first 3 laps on his mediums he's in the 51s, so it shows you the speed difference in these tyres. But the leaders come in then, so Jason stays out, but Dixon, Fabuki and Mockin have all come in. So interesting to see what these guys decide to do. Do they come out on the hard tyre? Do they do another medium stint and try and run the hards at the end? So JRC, Heracram, the Crow and Bowman and also Staffy get past then, as these guys have pitted. So Fabuki comes out behind Staffy on the hards. Dixon comes out on another set of mediums. What about Mockin? Yeah, so Mockin also comes out on a set of mediums. So that tells me that Dixon and Mockin are two-stopping this race. Will Fabuki try and finish the race on the hards, or will he make another stop? We shall see, but Fabuki is using his hards now. And these were the guys that pitted first off then, so Midnight's got past Fat Pickles. Brucey is now clawing these guys in though. He's done a 51.3. So that Mercedes has got a bit of pace around it. Oh, he's getting it sideways though, giving us a little bit of a drift show is Brucey. So Chuck up into 8th then. Obviously pitted for his medium tyres a lot earlier than the rest. How much further can he get them? It will be 26 minutes in, so still over half this race to go, 34 minutes. I'm sure Chuck will have to come in again. I've got a feeling Heracram, the Crow and Bowman are looking to one-stop this race. They've still yet to pit. Fabuki's on the hards and the Crow and Bowman are on the mediums, but I would be surprised if we don't see these guys come in at half an hour. And Staffy is still yet to pit as well, so will Staffy try and one-stop it as well in the Corvette? Let's take you to the new leader then, which is Jace. Jace is still yet to pit. Does he come in this time? That right rear tyre is not looking very good at all, so it'd be interesting. Does he come in on this lap or does he try and make it to half hour? So Fabuki has got out in front of Dixon then. Mockin must have taken fuel, I guess, because Chuck's managed to get past. I'd have thought they'd have all come out together. That's not been the case, so be interesting to see once people pit. Right, okay, so Jason has come in. I'm sure he'll be going on to a set of hards. Does Hirokram come in? Hirokram doesn't, so Hirokram is definitely trying to one-stop this Mustang. The Crow does come in, and Bowman comes in then, so they're just shy of half hour. They are just shy of half an hour, so will they still try and one-stop it? So Jace is definitely taking fuel. So Hirokram still leads then. Staffy has now found himself in second. Is still going strong on their mediums. Fabuki, who has pitted and is on the hard tyre, is in third. Dixon has just dropped off to Fabuki, which I didn't expect because Fabuki's on the hard tyres, so be interesting to see how this one pans out and how long Fabuki decides to stay on these hard tyres for as well. So, Dixon and Mockin are going to probably come in towards the end of the race to run their hard tyres. Chuck is pretty low on the fuel, so he might have to come in himself. At the end of this lap, we'll stay on board with Chuck for the moment and see if he does do that. Oh, Jace is all over the back of Chuck. I'm sure Jace will want to clear him. He could be slowing him down. So Staffy comes in then. I'm sure we'll be going on to the hard tyre. Chuck comes in then for his second stop. So I'm sure it'll be another set of mediums and fuel to the end for Chuck. Staffy's finally in his box then, so he's going to drop a few positions. The Fat Pickles get past them both then. Still got a fair bit of life left in their mediums, and he pitted at the same time as Chuck, so be interesting to see how many more laps he can get out of these mediums. Brucey on the charge then, trying to catch up. So the Crow has got past Bowman. Sorry, got past Staffy. And then Staffy has come out ahead of Bowman then, so and out comes Chuck. Chuck has made a second stop, so expect him to catch Bowman up pretty soon as Bowman's come out on the hard tyre. As I say that, he picks up a half-second penalty though, so not ideal for Chuck. Not ideal at all. And we'll take you back to the leaders then. So does Hirokram come in? He does. So Hirokram has managed to get 31 minutes out of them hard tyres, so fair play to him. It'll feel like a new car when he comes out on a set of mediums. I definitely believe he's going to try and one-stop this race. The same with the Crow, Staffy and Bowman as well. I think they're also looking to one stop. These other guys in between have already made multiple stops, so Jace has only made one stop, but will he get them hards to the end of the race, or will he come in? So where is Hirakram going to come back out then? He's filling right up to the top by the looks of things. He does then, so yeah, out on the mediums and a full tank of fuel, so I think Hirakram's definitely going to the end. So Dixon retakes the lead of this race then. Fabuki is just there behind him. And Mockin's dropped off these guys a little bit now, as has JRC, so these guys are just sort of in their own little battles now. Oh, but Midnight is all over the back of Jace. So will Midnight look to get a pass done? Does later on the brakes. Gets it stopped though. So Midnight up into fourth then. Great move from Midnight. Will Jace look to make a move back? Not the easiest of places to be making a move. If anywhere, it'll be after this left hand and down into the chicane. I don't think he's close enough on this occasion, so he'll just sit behind. Try and concentrate on a good exit. And Fat Pickles is also on the back of these guys as well then, so good race from Fat Pickles so far. Brucey up into 7th, but that front right medium tyre has taken a beating. It's already halfway. Hirakram's a couple of laps to get these tyres warmed up, I'm sure. And the Crow then 54.5, so the hards are a lot slower. Staffy then, first flying lap after pitting. He's definitely looking for the one stop. Oh, so Bowman's laps are, he's had a few issues by the looks of things. A 2:03. He must have had an incident somewhere and has now dropped off a Staffy and the Crow, and has got Chuck chasing him down on the set of mediums. So give it a couple of laps and I think Chuck will be all over the back of Bowman as well. Dixon back out in front on his second set of medium tyres, so he is yet to use the hards and will have to pit again at some point for the hard tyre. So Fabuki has had enough on them hard tyres. He's going to get himself onto a set of mediums, and he's definitely going to need to take fuel as well. So Mockin, what does Mockin do? Does he stay out? Mockin does stay out. Midnight stays out. Fat Pickle stays out. But Jace has also had enough of the hard tyre, and in he comes. So onto a set of mediums and fuel to the end, I'm sure. So Hirakram should jump Jason Fabuki then. Serves a penalty, that ain't going to help. .52.2s on the mediums, so he's getting them warmed up. So good recovery race from Midnight so far, considering he spun lap 1, put the wrong tyres on, and has made his way back up to 3rd. He's had to change his strategy slightly, and it seems to be paying off for him. Fat Pickle's just trying to stay to the back of him. His medium tyres have seen better days, that's for sure. And Brucey then, you can just see Fat Pickles up ahead, but has not been able to catch him. And that front right has taken a beating, so Brucey's surely going to come in soon. Oh, so Jace gets the move done then on the Crow after coming out of the pits. He's back on the medium tyre, and I'm sure that'll be it now till the end of the race for Jace, so time to get the hammer down. Will the Crow be able to stick to the back of him? Not on the hard tyres, I don't think. The pace difference is just far superior. Jace should just drive away from him on these mediums in front. So Fat Pickles comes in then. He run the hards at the start, so this, I'm sure, will be another set of mediums going on. Big thanks for running the logo as well, Fat Pickles. So Staffy then, will Staffy get past him? Staffy does get past then, so does Bowman get past? He doesn't, so Fat Pickles will join ahead of Bowman and just behind Staffy on a nice new set of mediums, so give him a lap or two to get them warmed up, and I'm sure he'll be getting past Staffy as well. So Chuck is hunting Bowman down still. He can see him now, so he's put a fair few seconds into Bowman on these laps. And Dixon then on his own, really. Mocking it is still trying to hunt him down. So Aaron has got to come in pretty shortly, I'm sure. Will it be this lap? It will be then. So Midnight comes in for his final stop of the race. And Brucey comes in as well. So yeah, Hero Cram stays out as I thought. So Fabuki, I'm sure, will want to catch onto the rear of Jace and get a move done on him. Meanwhile, the Crow is all over the back of Fabuki. Has he got enough in these hard tyres though to stay with Fabuki, who's come out on a new set of mediums? I don't think so. So yeah, Midnight does then, so Midnight gets out ahead of Fat Pickles and GT Staffy, so so here we go then. Will Chuck look to get the move done on Bowman? Closing him right up on them medium tyres. The speed difference is crazy just from watching. So will Chuck look to make a move on the inside here? He doesn't. I think he's just going to wait for the straight, isn't he? Get as close to the back of Bowman as possible as Bowman runs it a little bit wide. There we go then. Chuck in the slipstream. Will he get this move done as they head down towards the heavy braking zone? He's alongside. And yeah, he just brakes later. Gets it stopped. And Chuck is now up to 10th then, so good move from Chuck. Oh, and meanwhile Brucey is also there behind. He's got a half a second penalty. So might give Bowman a little bit of breathing space down this straight, as he knows that Brucey's going to have to serve this penalty. He's getting the back end of this Mercedes out alright, and he's been doing it all race, giving us all a little drift show. Alright, so stay on board with these boys then. So Brucey will serve the penalty, and that just gives Bowman a little bit of breathing space then. So all that good work that Brucey done to catch up onto the back of him, he's now got to do it again. Dixon then still leads after the pit cycles. He's back into first place. He's surely not got too many more laps on these medium tyres, that's for sure. Same with Mockin then, so Mockin's up to second. But these two guys are yet to run the hard tyre, so be interesting to see when they pit. Hero Cram is just trying to keep them mediums in a good condition, I'm sure, and I think he's going to the end. I don't think we'll see Hero Cram pitting again. I think he's definitely trying to one-stop this. Jace trying to catch him down then. Fabuki just a couple of seconds back. I'm sure would like to get onto the tail end of Jason, see if he can get a move done. So be interesting to see if Fabuki can pull some time in on him over the next couple of laps. The Crow, who was sort of on Fabuki's tail, was dropped off, so he's not having a good time with a hard tyre. Midnight then back out on a set of mediums, and he's chasing the Crow down. And then we got Fat Pickles and Staffy, and they're just sort of a couple of seconds away from each other, having their own little races. Chuck then is catching Staffy, so let's stay on board with Chuck, see if he can get a move done in this first sector. The exit speed he's got over Staffy on the hard tyres. I think he stays behind here and he'll look to do it down the straight, so let's have a look then. Good exit. He should get Staffy easily here. He just can't get the traction out on them hard tyres out the corners. And Chuck then will move to the inside and get this done on Staffy, I'm sure, unless Staffy breaks later. He doesn't, so does Chuck get it stopped? He does then, so it's another move for Chuck then, down into that corner. He got past Bowman a few laps ago there, and now he's just made the move on Staffy there as well, so it's good racing from Chuck. And Brucey is now all over the back of him as well, so will Brucey get the move done? I'd have been impressed if he got it done on the outside there. Oh, Staffy is struggling with them hard tyres, struggling to find any sort of pace. Yeah, 54 55s, considering the 52 53s he was doing on the mediums on his first stint, so he just can't find the pace on the hard tyre. Neither can Bowman. 54s 55s 56s, so he's lost a bit of time as well. Maybe the one stop wasn't for him. But Dixon still leads. Be surprised if we don't see Dixon come in this lap. I wouldn't want to risk running it red, that's for sure. One small mistake and you could be in the grass or in the wall with tyres like that. But what do I know, because he's staying out, so he's going for another lap. What about Mockin? Yeah, Mockin's going to stay out as well then. Hirocram's up to third. Been a pretty lonely race for Hirocram really. Started on the hards. Everyone just in front drove away from him. He's pitted and then he's sort of come out in no man's land again. So just running this strategy, I'm sure. Making sure he's got enough fuel and enough tyres to get to the end of the race, which I think he will do. Jace, I'm sure, will be trying to hunt him down on these medium tyres. He's got a lot more life left in them than the guys in front. And Fubuki then, I'm sure, will just want to keep Jace in front there, to still be able to see him and hopefully put some time into him. Midnight. Then also the Crow has stuck onto the back of Midnight so far. For how much longer though? So also it's been in the 54s on these mediums, so pretty consistent, but it's consistently slower than the mediums, so you're not really going to make positions when you've got a car in front and behind on new medium tyres and you're on must about 10 laps by now, 10 lap old hard tyres, so it's just a sitting duck really, and I would expect Fat Pickles to catch him up before the end of the race. Brucey and Chuck then having a good little ding dong, good little battle here. Will Chuck look to make his move where he's made a move twice already in this race? Good exit. Is he close enough? We shall see. Don't think he is on this occasion though, but oh, and as I say that, so your leader's in then, Dixon, so he's coming in for his hard tyre stint. Will he take fuel? I think he's going to have to take a little bit. So a little splash and dash, and out he comes on the hards. So I'm sure the Mockin's doing the exact same. Hards and a splash and dash of fuel. Yeah. So out they come. So Hirocram then has now taken the lead after Dixon and Mockin have had to come in. Can Dixon catch him on the hard tyre? I doubt it. I think Jace has probably got the better chance, in all honesty, even though Dixon has come out on hard tyres. There's just no pace in them, so be interesting to see how this plays out. And I can't see Mockin catching Jace, but Fubuki could get Mockin, so that'll be an interesting one. We'll keep an eye on that as well through the last 10 minutes of this race. Midnight, what a recovery drive from him so far after spinning it and choosing the wrong tyres, up to 6th. And he's dropped the Crow now, so the Crow's dropped off. Fat Pickles is hunting the Crow down. He wants that 7th position. Brucey then. So Chuck's made a mistake somewhere, I guess, because he's dropped right off of Brucey. Staffy and then Bowman. So not the greatest races from Bowman. The one stop's clearly not going to work for him, but it's working for Hirocram, as he's in the lead of this race for the first time, first couple of laps, after Dixon and Mockin pitted for the hard tyre. Jace on his mediums, can he catch them? Can Fubuki catch Mockin? It looks like he's going to. He is hunting him down, is Fubuki. Oh, Mockin gets a bit slidey on exit, So this is going to give Fubuki a chance to close up, which he does. So will Fubuki get the move done down the straight? Good exit through the left-hander, which he does. So here we go then. And will Mockin start weaving? He doesn't. He just takes the inside line. Oh no, we've got a bit of weaving going on now. But Fubuki's catching. Oh, Fubuki nearly got it done on the outside there, so fair play. Just shows you how much more speed you can carry through it all. As they have a little coming together then. Oh, Fubuki gets it going. But Midnight's taken the position, so it's gone from battling to take a position off of Mockin to losing one to Midnight. A little bit of a coming together, and it's put Fubuki in the wall, so that's devastating for Fubuki. Fat Pickles then, just on his own. Brucey's a little bit further back, so Fat Pickles has just got to keep running his laps and he'll get himself a 7th place. What are we at? 6 to go, 7 to go, so interesting. Also, what happened to the Crow then? The Crow's dropped down to 10th, so the Crow's had a moment somewhere. And he's now got Staffy on his tail. Bowman then. Down in 12th. So Hirakram is out in the lead. So far the one stop is working for him. He's got 6 and a bit minutes just to hold the rest of these guys off. Like I said, Dixon's on the hard, so there's no way. I don't think Dixon catches. But will Jason catch these guys? He is definitely catching on Dixon lap after lap, so yeah, so Mockin, I think, is just going to accept 4th, just bring this car home. Midnight then, after Mockin and Fubuki had a little bit of a coming together, has managed to get past Fubuki, and Fubuki, I'm sure, will be raging in that car of his after trying to gain a position and then losing one. So good gutting for him. Fat Pickles, pretty lonely race for Fat Pickles and Barussi. So is the Crow anywhere near? No. So the Crow's nowhere near Chuck to maybe see if he could get a position off of him. Staffy's pretty close to the Crow, so could Staffy get it done with a couple of laps to go? We shall come back and have a look. And Bowman's just in a world of his own then, so I think he's admitted that 12th's all he's going to get, and he'll probably be kicking himself for deciding to do the one stop. He's had a 2-stop planned and then changed my mind mid-race, so never changed the strategy mid-race, but I did, and it backfired massively, so not a good outing. Hirakram then still leads, and it looks like he will take the first endurance round victory. He's done what he needed to do, kept it on the tarmac, kept the pace consistent, hit the marks, hit the half-hour mark, got himself in, got himself on the set of the mediums, and he's done very well to get half an hour on these mediums, that's for sure, in this Mustang. She's a bit of a tyre killer. Very easy to get the back end all out of shape, but he's so far so good for Hirakram. And Dixon, I think if he'd have run them mediums in the middle of the race, sorry, the hards, He could have had a good go at Hirakram, but it's just never going to happen on the hard tyre. There's just not enough pace in them. Even though Hirakram is on battered mediums, he's still probably got more pace over a lap than Dixon has on the hard tyres. So, and Jace is hunting Dixon down. So, will Jace be able to get Dixon? Let's stay on board with Jace. Let's go cockpit. Let's see how this unfolds then. So Jace is hunting him down. I'm sure Dixon will be looking in his rear view mirror now going, Jesus, he wasn't here a couple of laps ago. Oh, so he's not going to get close enough on this occasion, is he? He's a little bit too far away, and Mockin's dropped right off these guys now. So, but he has got Midnight all over the back of him. So, will Midnight look to get a move done? Hunting him down in the Beetle. Oh, does he get it up the upside? That's a Mockin's not giving it up without a fight. Oh, it's a brilliant bit of racing between these two guys. Aaron's got the inside line here. Does he finally get it done? Mockin's still trying to hang it round the outside, but Midnight gets it done then. So that's a brilliant move and a brilliant bit of racing from these two guys as Midnight moves himself up into fourth. I'm sure at the start of the race when he was in the barrier and on the wrong tyres, if you'd have told him he could be finishing fourth, he'd have chewed your hand off for it. So it's been a brilliant recovery race. Mockin will be looking to get a move done of his own. Meanwhile, this will allow Fubuki to catch up with these guys. I think Fat Pickles will be getting 7th. Nobody really round him. Same with Brucey. He's on his own now, so I think Brucey will be getting 8th. Chuck will be getting 9th. Staffy's 10th. And the Crow has had enough this week and is waiting for the timer, so he doesn't have to do another lap. So the Crow will finish in 11th and Bowman will finish in 12th. But let's take you back to the leader then. So Hirakram, lap 32 and the final lap. Looks like it's in the bag for Hirakram. Played a blinder with a strategy. Oh, Jace then. So will Jace be able to get a move done? With a couple of corners to go. Surely going to have to try and set himself up for a good exit at the chicane. Will Jace get it done? Let's go back then. So Hirakram is definitely going to win. So the 60-minute enduro race, and Hirakram wins at Trial Mountain. Dixon P2 then. Jace P3. So there is your podium. It's Hirakram, Dixon and Jace. Midnight will get 4th. Great recovery race from Midnight. Mockin will take 5th. Fubuki, unlucky for Fubuki really. The contact with Mocking sort of ended his charge towards the front, so he must be devastated. Fat Pickles will take 7th. Brucey will take 8th. And Chuck will take 9th. Staffy will take P10. So we'll just talk you through it again. So Hirakram wins, Dixon 2nd, Jason 3rd, Midnight 4th, Mocking 5th, Fubuki 6th, Fat Pickle 7th, Brucey 8th, Chuck 9th, Staffy 10th, The Crow 11th, Bowman 12th. So yeah, that was the 60-minute endurance race, round 3. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Please give it a like if you have enjoyed what you're watching. I believe Ruthless Rufus is back next week as it is a sprint feature. So he will be doing the comms for round 4. And I will be back the week after for 90 minutes of Suzuka. And it's another endurance round. And it should be a good watch. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you again shortly.